Okay, thinking out loud about friction and why I don't practice stuff. Okay, so for some context, this is why I'm making this video, because wait, yes, because of this tweet. Universe tweeted, okay, one thing that deters me from practicing anything is a part of me is convinced things will be boring if I don't struggle while doing them. Then I thought, man, this just made me realize that I don't even know why I don't practice anything, right? Because I saw this and I wasn't even like thinking of what she said of, yeah, that things are boring if I don't struggle with them while doing them. I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking like straight up, damn, I haven't even thought about that, right? So I couldn't like engage with the, I guess, object level statement, and I was just like, damn. And yeah, I could only come up with this non-generic non-explanation called friction, which is like technically true, but I don't know, it's pretty bland and boring. Yeah, so I wanted to think more about this. And the first thought that I had regarding this one, I don't know why, like piano practice came to mind. I have a keyboard here. And yeah, I have a course of piano that I started, and it's like a 2-part course, and it has like an easy part, a beginner, and then an intermediate part, and I'm like halfway in the intermediate stage, right? So I was so it's like I did all the beginning stuff. Like I don't know, I'm not like super, I guess. It's not like I touched it and I stopped trying or whatever because I didn't want to, right? It's I don't know. It's I don't even know. Like this is what I'm trying to solve, right? And I thought of piano, and I'm like, why don't I practice piano? And the first thought that comes to mind is friction, in the sense that there is like physical, like a lot of I can't even put this thing on my desk without, because I have like a lot of stuff here, right? So this is like a point of friction. I would have to clean all these things before putting the thing there, right? And I don't want it to do it. But then I think like, I don't know, I think this is like a pretty stupid thing, right? If I really wanted to play piano, like I would just do it, right? Or I would put the piano there and put like the keyboard and the mouse in like above it when I'm using them. But since it's not like a priority in the first place, it's like I don't practice. Like I don't know. Am I making sense? This is like what I was thinking about, right? I'm like, I'm doing this piano thing because, for example, another example like that makes me think that friction is not just enough. Coding and all these kind of things. This is like the most frictionless shit that you can practice. Like opening Code Wars or LeetCode or something like this is like the easiest shit ever. It's just a tab, right? It's typing 2 letters and you can even set them to like open up first thing. But like I don't want to do it because it's like I don't feel alignment to it, right? It's like when I'm doing it, I'm thinking, what am I doing this for? And I'm not like connecting with it, right? Because, for example, when I was doing this piano course, I had moments where I was like having a lot of fun, and it was really fun. I don't know, like the course is kind of geared towards you being this band member, so you're like playing the backing track of something, right? Like the chords, the harmonies, and all this. It's less melodic and more this harmonic type thing, right? And even but that frame worked for me, and it was like pretty. I don't know. It was nice. It had this purpose, and in the practice videos it's a video course, and in the videos, yeah, you could like sync to it, and you could get into it, and you could like feel that you're part of something. I don't know. It was cool, and I don't know. It's not because while I'm doing it, I'm not having fun or whatever. Or it's like it's the same about coding. It's not that when I'm doing like a Code Wars exercise or like a LeetCode exercise, LeetCode is exactly, I'm not having fun. It's that I don't know. Especially in the coding thing, let's forget about piano for a second. In the coding thing, I'm really thinking, what the fuck am I doing this for, right? It feels so fucking useless, right? And I don't know, it feels like unaligned from what I'm trying to do, and I don't even know what I'm trying to do. It just feels like that. It feels like unaligned, and I'm not sure why, but it feels like that. And when I'm doing piano, it's, I don't know, playing and all this is fun, but I don't think, I'm not sure why, but it's like fun, just fun being fun enough. It's not, just being fun is not like enough reason to make me build some kind of practice type thing. I don't know. And the thing is that I don't even know what I'm like. I don't know. Same other thing that I wanted to practice. German, for example. I wanted to practice German. Well, not practice. I want to learn. I want to know German, right? That's the thing. But practicing, it's like I can only do it whenever I'm in this kind of, if I've signed up for German class, I can do homework for a German class. And so I see a lot of people that complain about homework and all these things in a context of school, obligatory school homework, and I agree. And when I was in school, I barely did shit, and like I did it, but super quickly and at school. So I basically I don't recall me spending a lot of time at my house doing homework, right? I just did it at school super quickly, and at home I just did whatever the fuck I want, playing with Legos and that type of shit, right? But for when it's time for me to do shit I technically want, or I've said I want to do, like I want to learn German or that kind of shit, I'm like, damn. I can only do it whenever I sign up for some kind of formal shit that makes me like put that it's deadline or something like this, right? And I'm like, damn, why, right? Why can't I'm not sure, like this, why can't this habit or not even habit, but this kind of persuasion, possession, obsession, I don't know, some kind of Asian word. Why can't something like brotar out of me, right? Why can't this pour out of me? And this feeling of wanting to practice, right? Of me wanting to perfect some kind of craft or perfect some kind of thing, right? Why can't that feeling arise from me? It's just, I don't know. I just can't like not fathom, I don't know, like gather, I don't know. I forget words. I can't do it. I don't know. I'm not sure if I believe in this kind of habits thing, right? I'm sure it's real and that it makes a lot of sense or whatever. But for example, reading and reading habits and all this, it's like habit is kind of a word that you use afterwards, right? Of something being there in your life, right? So if I read every morning, right? It's like that's my habit. Or for example, I walk every morning, so I guess I have the habit of walking, right? But I don't know, it doesn't feel like I set myself out to be like, I'm going to walk every day, right? Well, no, not really, right? It's essentially today, I don't know, it's something like I've been walking for a lot of days. Then I'm like, this feels kind of good. I look at my phone, I see that the Google app has put in like all of the circles of the week, and I'm like, fuck, that's pretty nice, right? I don't know, something about it feels cool, and I want to keep doing it. And I'm like, I should do it more, right? I should keep going it. So then the next day when it's time and I'm seeing the empty circle, I'm like, maybe it's time to fill the circle, right? And then the habit forms, and then it's like I wake up, I kind of put on whatever clothes and walk out, right? But it's not that it's a super strong habit, because for example, there are some days that I don't know what to wear, and I'm like, and and I just don't want to work out that day, or I take a lot of time just avoiding the fact that I will have to get dressed, and then it's the time. It's when I start working, right? So I work less, and I can't feel the circle, right? But I think luckily Google has these kind of things where you can also see like the month view, and in the monthly view, it tells you that you have worked like some amount of, even if it didn't feel circles, it tells you that you have done something. So I don't know. It kind of pads it helps pad like the non goal reaching days or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I think there is something to it. But yeah, it's like, for example, walking is a habit that it's not, but it's not something that I would call practice. I'm not like practicing walking, right? I'm simply walking. Or reading. If I find myself reading a lot, it's because I'm doing it in a compatible way with whatever I'm doing, right? So for example, it's usually because I'm walking, I'm not walking that much, or I'm walking plus reading, right? So maybe there is good weather outside, because if it's bad weather, I have to walk with my hands in my pockets, right? Or wearing gloves or something like this, right? So there has to be some conditions. Or if it's good weather, I can walk, I can sit somewhere and read. But if it's bad weather, I have to walk and come back, and I usually walk a lot of places, right? So there is this compatibility thing between habits or whatever, right? And reading, it's not some kind of practice I do. I simply read because, I don't know, I get some reason because for reading something, and I read it, right? So that's like my dilemma with practice, I guess, that I don't have enough reasons to do shit, right? I can do whatever I want, but I don't have any reasons to, right? So I don't know. For example, for learning German, I don't have any reason to learn German. I'm not going to Germany anytime soon. I'm not planning to go to Germany to get a job or anything. So it's like I don't have any motivation to like learn German, right? So, and my feed online is in English. It doesn't have a lot of German people. I've tried to do that kind of thing, to like try to introduce some German people and to follow some German accounts, and I follow, but it's really not at the level where it gets me going, right? Or yeah, same with YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos in English, but I have tried to watch some videos in German, but it's like I've watched more videos in like Czech without understanding anything than in German, right? Because I wanted to see a video about this specific car that is only made in Czech. I think it was Slovenian. It was a video about a car that was in Slovenian. And I said, okay, let's watch that. But I don't know, because the videos about the German cars are also in English. I usually just gravitate to the ones in English from creators I know, right? But this car was so rare that it was only made, I only saw this kind of professionally made video by some Slovenian people, and also a Hungarian video, right? So it's like, damn, if I was into German cars, maybe I would kind of gather the energy to watch just videos in German, right? And also, there was also a video in German about that car, but the video in German was so shittily made that, yeah, it made no sense to watch it, right? And yeah. So far, I don't know. I think that's it. Let me think a little bit more. Yeah, for the piano thing, I wanted to play piano because I'm not sure why I bought the course in the first place, right? But the reason I want to play piano now is because I want to be able to play the Interstellar theme song. That's like the only thing I want to do on the piano, right? When I think of playing piano, that's like literally the only thing I want. So doing the chorus thing is not furthering my goals towards that. So it's like, why? I don't even care, right? I don't want to do it. So it's like I can't bring myself to do all this fucking friction shit to just do something that won't take me there, right? And the way to get to the playing the Interstellar thing, I don't know what it is. It's too illegible for me right now. So I'm like, I don't know. And I tried to do some things and tried a little bit, but I didn't feel like it was working, and I wasn't having fun with that, for example. So I don't know. I quit. I quit that. Yeah, so we talked about German, piano, coding a little bit. yeah, coding, I don't know why it's not furthering anything, but I don't feel like, yeah, for example, I see it and I think, man, at least it would be good practice. It would be a good practice to like have as a second, like as a plan B, right? But I don't like putting energy into plans B, right? It feels, I don't know. So it feels like giving up now. And before, it just felt unaligned. So I didn't feel compelled to do it. Even though it was my plan A, even in the moments when that was my plan A, I didn't feel compelled to do it. I don't know why. I could do it more or less, and I have built some kind of habit, but I was slacking a lot, and then I figured out a way to cheat my way out of it. So yeah, I stopped doing it. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it at that. This was my first reflection on thinking out loud about these things. This is going to be a video, part of my 100 video series. So yeah, bye. You can watch the rest of the videos there. Bye. Well, wait. Yeah, if you came this far and you watched all of this, there's a chance you might like hearing me talk about some random topics that I thought, right? So maybe you should check out like this video here. It's just me like talking about random shit.